Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm AB. Welcome everybody to my first ever official YouTube video. Today, guys, I want to say first of all, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, sparing some important time of yours to just be curious about this video and what it's about. I'm AB. You guys can call me by that name, and I just want to say welcome to my first ever YouTube video. This is going to be my first ever video in this channel, just AB Plays. All right. And this video is just going to be a simple video basically about me introducing myself as a person to you, what to expect from me, what to expect in this channel in general. And I chose to make this my first ever YouTube video mainly because I want people to get to know me better. You know, I know it's weird sometimes seeing a stranger online recording videos and not knowing nothing about them. So I just felt that this would be the right thing to do and just talk a little bit about myself to you guys, and so that you guys can just get to know me as an individual better. All right, it's gonna be a simple introduction video telling you what to expect from me, what to expect in this channel, and what you should look forward to. All right, everybody. But listen, before we get started, I just want to say that I'm gonna be playing some Warframe in the background. If you guys don't know what Warframe is, it's a free looter shooter grindable game that I absolutely love. There's a very important reason why I'm gonna be playing this game in the background. And just FYI, I consider myself a little bit of an advanced player. I have almost 1,000 hours into the game. I've been playing it for almost 2 years, if I'm being honest. This is about to be my second year. I've been playing it for a long time, and it's a game that was a very special part in my heart, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna be linking down a video down in the description. If you guys don't know what Warframe is, it's a very good video introducing you to what Warframe is, and if you're interested in it, it's a free to play game. Go check it out, guys. It's a fantastic game. I'll be telling you a little bit more into the video of why it's such an important video game to me. But nonetheless, before let's get this started, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Let's begin this. Alright, so I think we should first start off by talking about who am I, where I'm from, and what type of person I am. Alright, so for starters, guys, I am male. My name's Abraham. You guys can call me AB or Abe. I don't mind either or. I am the youngest kid in my family. I have two older siblings, an older sister and an older brother. I have both of my parents. We live separately. I am currently living in Texas with my older brother and my older sister. A couple of things you should know about me is that, first of all, I am a very positive dude. I pride myself of not being too negative. And above all, I also pride myself in being a very honest individual. I do not like to lie. I don't mind saying simple white lies. I don't mind saying those. But when it comes to being honest and basically just questioning certain things, I like to be honest. I like to be straightforward. I am very direct with my opinions. Secondly, I would also like to say that I consider myself a very calm individual. All right, guys, I am a very calm dude. I can and I'll keep this with a grain of salt, because when I play video games, sometimes I act a little bit crazy. All right, I don't go all psychopathy like, but sometimes I get a little too flustered. I get a little bit too hyped up, or I'm just a little scared, you know. So just keep that in mind. I'm a very calm individual. Something important also that you guys should know about me is that I respect a lot of people's opinions. I value criticism. That is something I've built myself along with for a long time. So if you guys have any hint or any tips that I should keep in mind for future videos, or just in general, an opinion of yours that you have that, oh, maybe you should do this better, let me know down in the description. All right. Now that you know a little bit about myself, a little bit about who I am as a person and stuff, I want to talk to you about now the reason why I decided to start a gaming channel in general. All right, guys, it's gonna be a pretty long story, so I'm just gonna be summarizing it as short as possible as I can make it. To start off with, and we have to go back a little bit of what type of family I have. All right, I consider myself to have a very traditional family that values hard work and discipline above all. So I grew up in a very strict household, if you would, where they expected high grades, um, high good behavior, all that type of sort of stuff. Even though I didn't really grow up much with my parents, my siblings were pretty strict on me. They were very disciplined on me, and even though they did like for me to play games, they had no problem with me. They would also would like for me to focus on my studies, and that's something I grew up on. So generally, basically the majority of my lifetime, I basically focused a lot on my life as I was. I'm a very fit dude. I played sports. I also have very good academic achievements, if I do have to say so myself. I don't want to boast or nothing, but I did graduate with 3.8 GPA in high school. I also took college classes in high school as well. And all my life, 100% honest, I've basically only gotten B's or A's. The lowest I've gotten is C's, and that's when I'm like at my down and my lowest. All right, guys. But most of my life has only been B's and A's. All right, I'm a pretty good student. So basically, all my life, I just focused on my academics, my daily life. I really never had any time for video games. It was uh, it was only until I basically started entering middle school that I basically had a more time to spare on my phone. It was like basically the culture around me. Everybody was on their phones, etc. And a pretty famous game came out. That famous game being essentially COD Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile. I started playing that game. I started like becoming addicted to it, and I am the type of person that is determined. All right, if I want to get something done, I'm gonna get it done. All right, so for me, I challenged myself to essentially grind all the camos, reach a high mastery rank when it comes to competition, competing multiplayer, PvP. I was a pretty good player. I managed to reach legendary rank. Uh, the first time I ever played it, so I was pretty addicted. I wasn't the best player, but I was very addicted. I just continued to play, and I realized that it had become a little bit of a problem where I was just playing games. So I took some time off. All right, I would play it from time to time, play Call of Duty, and then just go back to my studying. And then I got into sports, and then I just stopped playing Call of Duty for a while. Sooner or later, I got back into it once my sports season was over, which were track and football. Those are the two sports that I did. American football. I did those, and once the season of the game was over, I was a little bit bored. I only had my regular duties to do, which was go to school, do my homework, do a little bit of exercise, sometimes stay after school for extra credit, etc. So I had to get back on my growth. So fortunately for me, at that time, a pretty fantastic game came out. That game was Monster Hunter World, if I'm not mistaken. I think the game came out in 2018. That's when I was in 8th grade. It was only until that 8th grade that I actually started to basically get a little bit more interested in games, in the sense of looking and basically searching for games that might be good to play, because my brother had bought me a PlayStation 4. He had told me that if I ever wanted a game, he would be down to get it for me. So I said, all right, I'll look for a potential good game that I'm not gonna just drop and leave there, gathering dust. And that game was Monster Hunter World. All right, guys, that's the first ever game, console game that I ever played. If I'm being honest, I ended up playing other games such as Mortal Kombat, Tekken, fighting games that my brother had, Dragon Ball Z type fighting games. But the main one that basically got me addicted, but not in a abusive way, if you would, where I would just be on it nonstop. No, it was Monster Hunter. That was a game where every day after school I would dedicate a bit of time of my time to playing it, advancing it, as to not get overburned. Overburned and essentially leaving the game. It was like that until essentially I finally fought some arch-tempered monsters, which are like the toughest monsters, if you would. And I ended up like essentially completing the majority of the game, if not basically all of it. So that was it. I had stopped playing that, and after that, as soon as around the time that I was finishing up playing Monster Hunter, COVID happened. All right, COVID happened 2019. That was the year that I was gonna graduate from my 8th grade and basically finish middle school. But since COVID happened, I was basically asked by my parents to go stay with them for a while. Since there was literally no contact, you couldn't go outside, and classes were online. So of course, I mean, I agreed. Yeah, I don't. I was gonna hang out with my parents, help around with the work they got it going on, help around the house, help around with my dad since his job was essentially in agriculture, which I'll pop up the a definition of it. But essentially, I would help around with them since COVID happened. I had stayed with them, and I stayed with them for about a year. As soon as my 8th grade COVID happened and my school life was basically getting wrapped up for the year before summer, I was spending the whole time with my parents. Then summer happened, I stayed with them, and once school started, again, my first freshman year was online again as well. So I essentially spent all that time with my parents, and basically where my parents are at, they stay in a ranch that's owned by obviously by my parents, right? But if you know anything about ranching and stuff, like, it is very rare to have any internet there, or by any means any consoles to play around it. So all I had was my phone. I would play Call of Duty Mobile back again, but this time I wouldn't take it so crazy because I had other activities I had to do. I had to do some certain chores, and that was essentially the gist of it, right? It was only until I got into sophomore year that Elden Ring had come out. Elden Ring came out in 2022 or 23, if not 21. I can't sure. I'll pop up right now the date, just in case when I'm editing. But yeah, it came out, and I begged my brother to get that game for me, and he did. I told him to get it for me. Absolutely. I fell in love with the thingy, with the game. I played the heck out of that game as well. I did my own interesting necromancer builds, my blood sucking builds, a lot of builds that I saw on YouTube that just started popping up. I did that for a while, and I basically ran out of fun. I had nothing else to do, so it was time to essentially find a new game. That's when I found out Warframe, the game you're seeing right in front of you guys. And this is where my life essentially changed. All right, Warframe was the first ever game where I essentially and absolutely dedicated my time to getting the gist of it, getting down to understanding what it's about. I spent, I want to say, a good amount of time playing this on my sophomore year, right? I played a good amount of time playing it. I played that for a good time. I want to say by the time my sophomore year had ended, I had about 300 hours into the game. 300 hours, yeah. If I'm not sure, 300 hours, maybe 500, because currently I have 1,000 hours into the game. So it was a bit of time. I played this game. This was the first ever game where I actively played with some friends of mine. Some friends of mine decided had the game, and I asked them to basically carry me, and they did. They carried me. And that's where it basically stayed at. Soon after, my junior year came, and that's when I hit my changing phase when it came to mentality. I focused a lot in basically in bettering myself, improving my health, because I had slowed down for a bit since I stopped playing sports. Since COVID happened, and then when sophomore year started, I had lost interest in sports. So junior year, once it happened, I essentially decided to focus on myself, start working out again, get back into the grove, and just take it better of my. And I didn't really have any new experiences with video games. It was the same thing. I would be playing Warframe and nothing else. It was more about a year where I focused on myself personally. Then my final year happened. All right. Now for me, I don't know typically how other senior years of others goes, but for me, my senior year was pretty simple. I didn't really struggle at all. I had a majority of my studies that were done. I had all my credits due, both my college and high school credits done. My community services were done. I had a good relationship with all my teachers that helped me out. I had a good relationship with a lot of people as well, a lot of friends, a lot of boys, girls. we all helped each other out. So my year was pretty simple, and that's actually where I started to experiment with new games. Not because of I was interested in it or anything, but because simply put, my friends started bringing their consoles to the school. In my school, the teachers had this big boards, right? Writing boards that were electronic devices that were like as big as a 4K TV. Pretty big TVs, and you were able to connect basically consoles and computers, laptops to it. And my friends got the permission to essentially start bringing their consoles to school. We started playing games there. They would bring a lot of Tekken games, the new Tekken that came out, Dragon Ball Z fighting games, also Street fighting games, and as well as Mortal Kombat fighting games. They also played racing games, shooting games like Valorant. I got to play it for a little bit just to experience what that game was about, which I'm still not really sure, since I only played like 3 matches at the time, and then the games they didn't really play that game no more. That was also my first time ever playing Call of Duty games. Call of Duty games such as zombies, right? Actually, that's when I started. I downloaded Call of Duty Modern Warfare into my PC as it was. And yeah, that's where the year where I got to experience a little bit of more games. I got more involved with gaming games. I started playing Forza Horizon games. I also played a little bit of Need for Speed games. And I love the genre. Then as for Call of Duty games, I never really got the chance to properly play the Call of Duty Zombies. Only played lasted for around maybe 7 rounds. Yeah, pretty sad. But as I said, it was my first time, and from there I didn't really play no more. It was more of multiplayer. The fighting games were fun. I got destroyed the majority of the time, but I still liked how you could how sometimes I would win and the guys would be surprised. That's how my year was. I graduated. And after I graduated, graduation happens. The year ended. I was still playing Warframe. I was able to land a quick job in a grocery store, which currently I'm not working at because I decided to take a break. The reason why I took a break was because my family, being a very traditional family, they are very old school in a way. When I'm talking about my family, I'm talking about literally uncles, aunts, grandparents, grandmas, cousins, which, as I said, I'm the youngest. Everybody's older than me. Their train of thought is essentially you got to start working as soon as you graduate. Got to grind. Got to grind. You got to become rich as soon as you can. And that would be understandable if it wasn't, and that would be something that a lot of people wouldn't have a problem with if it was as simple as it was. My family were very hard ass in that aspect, where they would just put that pressure on me. I was like, and I just got tired of it. I'm like, why am I listening to this people that, even though I love and care for, and they do the same for me, why am I listening to them when they don't know what type of life I want? I want a good life, where one, I'm not stressing over certain things, one where I'm not worried about what to do, and I just decided to take a break. Take a break from all of them. Currently, I basically went on an off field, incognito mode, where I would rarely talk to my family, rarely visit them. Just focus on myself, stay here at home with my brother. I've talked to my brother about it. He understood what I meant, because my brother took care of me his entire life, guys. He's still taking care of me to this day. He raised me, and he basically got influenced a lot by the pressure of the family. That, oh, you got to take care of your siblings because your parents are somewhere else, and that's how it was. So he knew better, and he understood my point of view, and he said, take your time, bro. I mean, as I said, you're a young kid. Even my cousin-in-law told me a while back, like, hey man, you get to experience life for a bit. You're just a young kid. You haven't even experienced life as it is. Your years 20s and 21s is essentially when you start to explore the world, and that's something I took into heart, into mind. I'm like, these guys they are both they have such truthful comments, and I just decided, let me try something. I wanna have fun. I wanna enjoy myself, because when I was working, guys, I wasn't upset or anything. It was just I wasn't really comfortable. I wanted to do something more relaxing. I would get tired of smiling the whole day towards people, clients, and listening to people and their complaints. I just wanted to relax and chill. And that's where I'm at right now, everybody. I decided, you know what, let me do something for fun. You know what, let me start creating, recording videos, editing. Those are two skills that might be helpful for me in the future in case I want to start promoting organizations, companies, business talks right here, guys. Even though I'm not even a business major, I'm a law enforcement major. All right, everybody. Um, I was gonna study to become a judge, but that was way too much. I was like, no, you know what? I'm not gonna follow through that. Anyways, that's where we're at right now, everybody. I decided to take a break because I was getting too annoyed with the whole perspective of my family on the back of my mind, and I started playing games again. I fell in love with it again, and I chose to, you know what, let me just essentially play games. I have bought a couple of games. I never really got the opportunity to play because I would come back from work and just do something that I was comfortable with, which was playing Warframe. I didn't really bother with any other games, and I decided, came to the conclusion, let me play other games. And since I'm the type of person that likes to essentially talk to themselves a lot, yeah, guys, don't take that the wrong way. I like to talk a lot to myself in general when I do daily activities, when I'm doing work. I just talk to myself. I'm like, you know what? Let me just record myself. I'm talking to myself, maybe as if someone is watching me. And I decided to create a channel. That's why I created just AB Plays, which is a channel that's gonna focus mainly on me just playing games in general, doing playthroughs, sometimes just reacting to videos of other games that are coming out, or giving you an opinion. Maybe sometimes even do a couple of story games, where essentially I'm recording myself playing the whole game and I'm just being a narrator, talking you through everything that I did. I'm not sure right now. I'm just playing games in general, guys. I'm just having fun. As I said, I'm a young kiddo. For me, at least 20 years old is young. I'm still a young dude, and I just wanted to start my journey. So I really want you guys to be a part of it. I really hope you guys can essentially be a part of this journey that I decided to embark on. Give me I hope you guys can give me some suggestions down in the description. Comment if you really like what I'm doing. Tell me certain things you'd like for me to try out. Just in general, I would appreciate if you guys could give me your opinions. And yeah, guys, as it stands right now, this is where I'm currently at. I have decided to embark on this new journey. I'm really glad that you guys have decided to click on this and essentially be able to be a part of it. Even if it's not forever, if it's just temporary. Thank you guys so much for watching through this video. And as I said, I'm Abraham, guys. This is gonna be my YouTube channel, just AB Plays. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. Really look forward to the videos that I'm gonna be uploading soon. I'm gonna try to be doing some good videos, some videos that are not too long, in the sense that there's nothing important going on and just random rambling. But yeah, guys, do keep in mind that I'm starting out. I'm basically a newbie. I appreciate your feedback and everything that goes with it. If you guys did learn a little bit about myself, please do leave a like down in the description and comment down below what your thoughts are on basically my relationship with video games and the relationship I now want to have with them. My life as it is, my experience that I've had. I would really appreciate you guys to be a part of that journey, to essentially talk to me a little bit. And thank you guys so much for dropping by. I really appreciate it. I really love the fact that you were willing to watch this far. As I said, please like and comment down below. And this is where I'm gonna leave it off as, guys. I hope this introduction is something that you guys found basically entertaining and commendable in a certain sense. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. I'm AB. This is just AB Plays. I really hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one. Above all, remember to always smile, and bye.